started praying once I hit the button.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
that's awkward.
Uh,
That was private.
well, it got out there. It's out there now, y'all. Hey,
Oh
hey.
my
Okay, so let's see, we're streaming.
gosh. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling, and it's the chat thing. Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to see the chat. All right, we ain't gonna be able to see the chat. Pull the chat up. All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the revamped Rooted Podcast.
Welcome to Rooted Podcast.
Welcome to Rooted Podcast.
We're glad to be back.
Yeah, excited to have this conversation. Excited to chat about all things going on out there. We're really the goal is to talk is about faith, family, and culture. And as we're doing faith and as you're doing family and culture is colliding, we just want to have a Christian conversation, a Christian perspective, and we're conservatives, and so that is. I don't know. I don't know how you can't be a conservative Christian, but that's a whole nother topic. But we got several things on the dock tonight that we want to talk about today. So, you saw the title. There's a lot going on with Kathryn Krick over the last couple of weeks. Is she apostle? Is she a heretic? Is she fake? Is she a real prophet? We're gonna talk about that. But before we really get into that topic, there's another topic that's been all across social media as well.
Oh my goodness. All about Flock.
Yeah.
And other cameras like it. I mean, at first, all I kept doing was hearing about Flock.
Yeah.
But then I didn't even realize that they had other brands
Yeah.
out there, And I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
Flock's getting a lot of heat when there are other ones out there too.
Get out of here. There's other brands out there?
Yeah.
Man.
Axum or something like that is one of them. And there's some other ones too. I don't know their names, but it's not just Flock.
Yeah.
But Flock's getting a lot of heat, and for good reason. All of them.
Yeah.
I keep saying two different sides of the arguments. One of them really annoys me.
Okay.
Okay, so one is it violates our Fourth Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Which I 100% agree with.
Yeah.
The other is, well, you already have your phone and it's watching you and it can already hear you through Bluetooth. And it's just like, bro.
Yeah.
First of all, no surveillance is okay.
Yeah.
But this particular surveillance is just going too far. And we've seen this with the officers that have been coming up that's been abusing these same things, these same cameras to stalk people who they were in romantic relationships with. And I mean, it could just trail from there. Somebody they have beef with, somebody they have, and it's just going too far. And then I saw something where, and I don't know if this is in every state or what, but I saw something where they can also connect to your phone in your vehicle. I don't know if that's the same thing either. I don't know if I'm just.
It may not be Flock. That might be like.
It's like just
grab.
It's just the mass surveillance that's just
Flock and grab.
It's just the mass surveillance that is just unfolding very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's just giving all of this power that we never voted for.
Right? I mean, did y'all remember voting for a Flock camera to be in your city?
Not just Flock, but any of the brands.
Yeah, I mean, it's so okay. And if you don't know what a Flock camera is, I'm pretty you should know. But if you're driving on the highway, you see this black camera that it with like a little with the solar panel connected to it. That's a Flock camera. That camera is watching you.
It's watching you. They say it only reads license plates and it's supposed to help find missing people.
That's what they say.
I mean, but I don't trust they anyway.
No.
Because they said 2 weeks to slow the spread.
Yeah.
They said wear a mask to slow the spread and to love your loved ones.
Yeah.
And they also closed down visiting relatives in nursing homes. And it's just every time they start saying something for our safety, it ends up being utter chaos.
Yeah, it ain't for no safety.
I ain't trusting nothing they say no more. I'm tired of they.
Right? They tripping is what
they
doing.
Tripping. They can get out of my inbox with that.
They tripping is what they. Oh man. So yeah. I mean, in the Fourth Amendment, Fourth Amendment is what is it?
So
Angel got it.
Well, I don't have it per se,
Well,
but
yeah,
it's just a synopsis of the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. It generally requires a warrant supported by probable cause, not just random people driving by minding their business going to a grocery store.
Yeah.
Sworn, affirmed, and it most clearly says what place to search and what persons or things to seize. And now I saw recently a lady in Beaumont, or maybe she lives somewhere near Beaumont, because the officer that showed up to her door said she drove through Beaumont, but she says she goes there occasionally. So maybe she might live in a small town surrounding Beaumont. But it was a sheriff that showed up at her door, and he basically, and I'm sure many people have seen this out there, he accused her right on the spot, said she 100% stole an Amazon package from someone's front porch. He has video of her, and he saw her, and he has footage of her car going to that area and out, and he knows 100% with 100% accuracy that it was her and that she stole the package, and basically guilty until proven innocent. And she offered, she said, hey, she basically didn't know what he was talking about. She's like, I have video evidence. Our truck has a camera on it, which I also have some feelings about that too. But our truck has some camera on it. I'd love to show you the footage. And he's like, no, I already saw what I saw. I don't need to see your footage. Man. So he didn't even want to see her evidence. He's just like, see you in court.
Man.
And that's just crazy, because it's just like, with this is like things, you can see how quickly things can get out of control. Like, you could be literally thrown in jail because you're guilty, and they have no evidence except this using these Flock or whatever other brand of cameras that are out there to just watch and surveil every single thing. And
it's kind of, I guess it's almost kind of like how they have body cameras, and then anytime you actually need the real evidence from it, they always somehow had a malfunction.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been watching like all kinds of videos of like guys like fishing using a magnet, and they pulling out like all kinds of things, weapons, ATMs, all kinds of things. And they turn into the police. They think it's something crazy, and oftentimes the officers have been kind of aggressive towards them, or something like, they don't want them recording. They don't want them recording them. But I'm just like, but you have a body cam on,
right? You recording
so
me?
you're recording me. So this is all it is. Like, we don't have the right to record, but they have the right to record, or something like that.
Yeah, that just sounds like, full on nanny state. Big government, not wanting you to have the ability to fight back, or not have you the ability to represent yourself, or to defend yourself, right? I mean, they don't want you to defend yourself intellectually. They don't want you to defend yourself physically, right? So I mean, that's what they want. That's what they want, to control us all. And whenever you see any kind of socialistic government, that's what they do, right? They want the people defenseless. Again, intellectually, physically, they want you defenseless so that they can control you. And that's the battle that we have in America. Like, we're free, but we have, between a propaganda, between them trying to legislate out the Constitution. This is the stuff we're fighting all the time. It's crazy.
All the time.
Crazy.
And I mean, it's so bad, because just like during the 2020 craziness, we'll call it that, where some people were standing up for their right to bodily autonomy, and others were just impeding on those rights, and like participating in the mass policing of other people. Whether they felt like it was the right thing or not, I don't think it'd ever be the right thing to just basically try to control every little detail of someone's personal person. Like, I just think that's crazy.
But that's what they want, right? They want it. They want to control us, the individual person.
But it's just like it was your sister, your aunt, your dad, your mom. Like, they pinned us against each other, and it was effective, because I mean, there's many people who got certain medicines, let's just say it like that, certain medications that they didn't want, but they felt like they had no choice. Their family made them. Like, how many times have we heard that? Like, my family wouldn't invite me to the wedding, or they wouldn't see me, or I couldn't come to Thanksgiving unless I got it.
They tried to use the social pressure.
And so it's the same thing with this surveillance. Like, people are just like, if you ain't got nothing to hide, why are you worried about it? And it's just like, Well, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm a normal, everyday citizen, just going about my life, raising my family, in my garden, whatever the case. I'm a normal person who is a law abiding citizen. I pay my taxes. I ain't got nothing to hide, but I also don't want to be ultra watched like that. That's weird.
I got nothing to hide, but I don't want you watching me either.
Yeah, that's weird.
And that's a psychotic stuff they
But this is normal,
that
everyday
want.
people also making the same argument to people who don't want to be watched, and I just think that that's so weird because it feels like we're on a loop, like the same thing.
And then like I think that the interesting part. So now we're at a place where now it's coming back full circle, and all the people who withstood all the foolishness of 2020, we've been proven right, and I want my apology.
Well, what's crazy is I saw someone make that remark on social media earlier. And it's crazy. It gets kind of weird because the people who were in a PSYOP before, they're
baby.
still in it.
Still in it, man.
They're still in it. They're still making a case.
Still wearing masks. Still doing all this stuff.
You do still see people wearing masks, and that kind of weirds me out too, bro. It's like,
y'all think, man? You think for yourself?
I'm like,
crazy.
This is out of hand.
Not I keep pleading the fifth on everything. Y'all still wearing a mask? Get out of here, man.
They're probably defending him. They're probably starting to GoFundMe for him.
Probably.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like they're so in it. It's insane.
Oh man. But we got a video to show you. So the fly cameras, man. People
been taking back their rights, man.
1776 in here, baby.
They've been throwing the tea.
We're throwing the tea in the river.
They just throwing it. They throwing it out. They're tired. And while I'm not for vandalism, like I said, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Well, law-abiding citizen.
It is a violation of our constitutional rights, and we have every right to defend our rights as Americans.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Take it how you mean.
Take it how you. So in Houston, it is going down in Houston right now. Black cameras are getting 1776. Let's take a look at this.
Flock cameras are back on the news tonight. More of them have been cut down in Houston. Earlier this week, we told you about 2 of the license plate reader cameras vandalized near Washington Avenue. Now 2 more have been found on the ground near Memorial Park. And the damage comes amidst all the controversy over this public surveillance technology. Sarah Al-Sheikh reports.
The camera that once stood here is gone. All that's left is this pole across the street.
That's a clean cut right there, man. Bruh. That's a clean cut. Look at that.
Took a saw or something to
wow.
it. That's crazy.
Got it.
They didn't even knock it over. They just.
No, that's man. What they
knocking it over was too easy, I guess. I don't know.
Did they use a DeWalt Milwaukee? I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Who cares? Was that a hand saw? That's a quick saw though. That's a clean cut. What if they use a samurai?
If they use a samurai, that's crazy.
Legit, man. That'd be like full on 1776.
But I do feel like this is to my point too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they know that they're violating our
rights. They know.
And that's why it's made with cheap material. They're not concreted in the ground.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to destroy them because they know like it's I feel like it's a test run just like the 2 weeks to slow the spread.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing it back up because I feel like I said, we're on a freaking loop, bro.
We're on a loop, man.
We're on a loop.
They got us on a loop, y'all. They're trying to get us. They got us on
Watch the patterns and when they happen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Man, clean cut. Clean cut? Can I get a clean cut?
Another one taken down as well. A criminal justice expert tells me this could be a sign of the growing public unease with this type of video surveillance. In 2 different parts of Houston, the same scene, surveillance cameras lying on the ground. 2 near Memorial Park, 2 more near Washington Avenue and Westcott, all part of Flock Safety's automated license plate reading. Police and other law enforcement agencies. Houston police confirming an investigation.
Hold on, man.
Stop right now.
Hold on. That was, hey.
That was 1776.
Man, so somebody, that was smooth. He put the flag on it.
He put the flag.
That was awesome. Oh, I gotta rewind it. Hold on. That was legit. He put the flag on it. Oh, look at this. Look at this flag. He said, we ain't playing this, man. 1776. Oh, and they spray painted it. Look at it. They spray painted it. Look at that. They took that that thing out, man. They ain't playing. They ain't playing in Houston. I thought, look, man, listen, Houston was making.
And I mean,
nervous,
honestly,
man.
I was kind of expecting it to be in like the hood, but this looked like
it's
a decent
Memorial.
neighborhood.
Hey, you listen, you know Memorial in Houston? That's Memorial, man. That ain't.
If somebody's gonna be taken out, I would think like they wouldn't want their criminal activities being recorded because they're saying if you ain't got nothing to hide. So I would think that it would have been in the hood, but this is in the burbs, bro.
It's in the burbs, man. This in the burbs, baby. Look at that clean grass around it.
Exactly.
That's how you know it's in the burbs. It ain't no.
That's crazy.
Ain't no high grass. Look at that, man. Got clovers everywhere. Just a clean cut. Clean cut, man.
Oh my God.
That's legit.
Houston police confirming an investigation into this. While the motive is unknown, the technology itself has drawn criticism in the past from people concerned about the data they're collecting.
What level of frustration have we encountered? Right.
Texas Southern University professor Howard Henderson, founding director of the Center for Justice Research, says the backlash reflects broader concerns over privacy and who ultimately has access to the information these cameras collect.
For many in society,
I mean, it's real. Like that's the real concern. Mm-hmm. Like that they're collecting data for what? Mm-hmm. That I always say that there's a reason, and then there's the reason. Mm-hmm. There's a good reason, and then a real reason, right? And so we're gonna see, because I mean, yeah, okay, it's for our safety, for this and that, but just like no, this is what they're saying. Oh, it's for our safety, blah blah blah. Okay, and then you go see exactly what they start doing with our safety.
Because
right?
Where are the headlines since they put them up of all the children that they've rescued?
Yeah.
Where are the headlines of that? Because if they're so great and that's what they're for, for the Amber Alerts to help find the missing children, then where are all the millions of missing children? Like, you should have tracked them down by now. You tracked down Sally Sue running through Beaumont and showed up at her house and told her, as a matter of fact, you absolutely did commit this crime, and I don't want to see your proof otherwise.
Boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Man. Yeah,
Oh, I saw another lady. She said that someone else was driving her car and she got a ticket sent to her in the mail because that person got caught in a speed trap or whatever. Anyways, they said it was her that was driving the car and she has to pay the ticket. There's no coming to court about this.
Hold on. So fly cameras, they're clocking your speed too?
They're clocking your speed. And she got sent the ticket and she wasn't even the person driving the vehicle.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it makes sense because we have one near where we live.
Yeah.
And it's right off the bridge, right when the speed goes from 70 to 55. Is it 50 or 55?
No, well, not over there. It's 75 to 70.
No.
Oh, it is one over there. Yeah,
it's a speed trap.
Yeah,
it's like, it drops like, okay, so the bridge is like this wide, y'all. And it's 75 here and it's 55.
It's crazy.
And it's like boom, and they got a camera right there.
It's like watching a fly.
And so I did wonder, because I know there used to be like a high police presence over there, and now they got that there, and I don't see the police there anymore. So I'm just like, I did wonder, like, are they clocking the speed too?
Yeah, they are. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Like, come on. No. This ain't China. This ain't China.
Well, that's what they wanted.
They want.
Yeah.
They want us in silos in smart cities, but boxed in the 15-minute smart cities, and they selling it, man. They going we ain't doing this. This America, we ain't doing it.
they're looking at what the negative unintended consequences may be if this information gets leaked or someone uses it and finds itself in the wrong hands.
A crowdsourced map from dflock.org shows thousands of flock cameras across the greater Houston area. Because anyone can submit locations, ABC 13 cannot independently verify the data shown, but we know that multiple law enforcement agencies use the cameras. Houston expanded its use of the technology through a multi-million-dollar agreement with Flock in 2022. In that contract, HPD describes the camera as an investigative tool, writing that, quote, all data from vehicles observed will be provided to HPD for further assessment in detecting vehicles wanted in suspicious or post-event investigations for law enforcement purposes.
Okay, so hold on. So this has been there since 2022. 2022.
Wow, I didn't know that.
All right, right. Okay, 2022. Okay, so they dropped some serious money on it too. What's that, like $30-something million down there? Yeah. So then they dropped some serious money. You can't really see; it's kind of blurred out. But they dropped some serious money. So since 2022, okay, how many Amber Alerts have been resolved in Houston, or other investigations that have been resolved due to flock cameras?
I'm sure not near as many as they are. This amount of money has, because I believe it's all false. So I don't think nearly as many as they're claiming that it was set up
if
for.
it was right, I mean, the news would flood us with all sorts of results because of
how good they are.
How good they are.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, they probably would have been said something on the forefront, 2 years into that thing,
to get you excited about finding the missing children.
But here we are, 4 years later, and we're just now really understanding what in the world these cameras are, and they don't really have nothing to say for the investment that they made.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
I'm just, man, come on, it's trash, man. It's trash, dude. Deflock them. Deflock the cameras. Get rid of them. Trash. Now, okay, hold on.
Just months ago, Harris County Commissioners voted to renew its contract through June 2027 at a cost of just under $869,000. The Harris County Sheriff's Office previously credited the cameras with helping recover stolen vehicles and locating 2 kidnapped children. But Henderson says there's growing public unease over surveillance technology and artificial intelligence.
Sensitivities are heightened in people.
Hold on, that's it? Now, y'all been in there for 4 years and only solved 6 cases.
How many people's rights have you stepped all over and violated to only come up with 2 missing children? Now, granted, I'm grateful. I'm happy that these children are found. They needed to be found. But, bruh, how many people's constitutional rights have been stepped on?
That's all you can say.
How many people have been violated and shown up to their doors, that we don't know about, were accused of a crime that they did not commit because of the misleading flock information? That's just
trash, man.
Insane.
Trash. And I think about it. It's been there for 4 years, and they about to drop another $1 million on it. So it's been there for 4 years. They could be, looks like possibly in the $30+ million of infrastructure with this thing, right? And it's only solved two 6 noteworthy cases. So you mean to tell me if you paid me almost $40 million, let's just be conservative, $31 million, and I only solved 6 cases? Am I gonna have a job next year?
No.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have a job another month.
Exactly. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. The risk to reward, the ROI for this it ain't computing. It's not computing, because they could have said, man, we have solved hundreds, thousands of cases. Mm-hmm. It's been there for 4 years, and this is Houston. This is Houston, man. Houston got cases all the time.
Mm-hmm. They got more than they can handle, really. Yeah. And so it's just interesting that this is supposed to help them solve, but it's not really showing the fruit of that. So
don't trust it, y'all. I wouldn't trust it. I don't trust it. They can keep that trust. Let's see what else.
Are very concerned about someone watching them and what they're doing with that information.
And he says when people feel they have no voice in those decisions, frustrations surface.
In the community, is simply saying, since you won't listen to me, right, since you have given me no way to voice my concern, we'll just take it down and tear it up.
Houston police say when a flock camera is damaged, the department works with the company to determine if it needs to be replaced or repaired. HPD says the costs are paid for through the department's budget. Reporting at Memorial Park, Sarah Alshake, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Hey, hold on. So they determine if they're going to replace it or fix it based upon the department's budget, but the HPD don't have any money. That's always the case, right? They never have money.
But what about the $800,000 that they got paid to put them in? Is that not what it said?
Now, they don't got the budget.
I thought it said that they got
just got
paid
$800,000 to renew the contract. That's all they got. They don't got enough to fix a camera. They don't got enough to pay the police department what they need. Matter of fact, they don't got enough to make sure we have physical surveillance everywhere. They don't got enough money for that. But they got $31 million for some cameras. They got another $800,000 to renew a contract. Crazy,
it honestly just grosses me out.
And that's just Houston, y'all. That's just one municipality.
Yep. I mean, Harris County's pretty huge, but yeah.
Yeah, it may not be great. It is huge. We ain't saying it is huge. And again, I want to definitely want to clarify some things. We support police. We support our brothers in blue, for sure.
Yeah, we're not anti-police
at all.
We're anti
whatsoever.
this violating our constitutional rights.
Yeah.
We're not anti-police. Like I said, we're law-abiding citizens. We contribute to society. We're good Christian people, Yeah. But no one wants to be watched, just taking our kids to the playground.
No.
That's weird.
No, it's crazy. And we have seen, that there's definitely been a lot of abuses with this. But before we dive into that, we want to take a quick note here. So, one thing that we have been doing lately for an evening nightcap has been trying out some new coffee, and so we want to put that out there for you. So
yes, these have been our favorite go-to replacement for coffee.
Have you heard of Rise Coffee? Rise Coffee, mushroom coffee. I mean, there's commercial, there's content all over the internet about it. But man, Rise Coffee is
literally
delicious.
So good.
And
we had ours today. Mine's a little cold now, but
I already drunk mine. That's why I'm wired up, y'all. I already drunk mine.
But it's so good.
Yeah.
If you're trying to replace coffee, this is the best coffee replacement I've had thus far. And I've tried the roasted dandelion root tea. I've tried other little mushroom coffee replacements. None of them touch this. It blends into the water so smooth. Yeah. And the body and the robustness of it really gives you that coffee flavor. And we make it just like a latte, like we froth our milk, put it on top. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So get you some.
And hey, I have links in the description below. 15% off if you get it through our link. And it's like I say, or if you go to the website, you put in Thomas from the Life _15, and you get 15% off of Rise Mushroom Coffee. And so
but just use the link. It's easier.
Just use the link. Just click. And but yeah, man, it has been an excellent coffee place. And they also have a lot of probiotics in it as well. And then that's been really good. So anyways, want to drop that and show that drop some love there. Now, kind of back to the program. What have they been doing with these flock cameras?
Yeah.
Huh? I know they're trying to stop crime.
This next one,
they're trying to stop the kids getting picked up.
Really boils it over to the edge, bro. Like, you can't make this up. And this is the bigger concern.
Yeah.
This is the bigger concern.
This is what we the people know.
And this is what's gonna get worse. Like I said, like if they make enemies, literally stalk your every move.
Kind of like what they tried to do with social media.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. So look at this. An officer was found. Flock safety network of more than 100,000 camera logs, about 20 billion license plate scans a month. Across more than 6,000 communities, officers can search the database without a warrant. According to the Washington Post, a Georgia police chief used his department's flock cameras to look up his ex-girlfriend's license plate roughly 600 times, along with her teenage daughters, tracking her movements to the grocery store, doctor's appointments, and dates. Right? He was arrested on stalking and harassment charges. More than 13,000 people have signed a petition urging the federal government to ban flock and similar license plate reader systems entirely.
Yeah, because I also want to point out, which maybe some of y'all noticed already, but there were other officers doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was 50. I can't remember if it was 50 or 25, but there were a lot more officers, and I'm sure there's even more than that we just don't know about, that were using these to stalk exes or people that they were in some kind of relation or had romantic feelings for, which is disturbing. It's just disturbing, and so
Crazy,
it literally throws that argument. If you got a cell phone, it's the same thing. Or if you don't want to don't do nothing wrong. If you know whatever,
Yeah.
those arguments are null and void when you see stuff like this. This is called abuse of power and a violation of our constitutional rights.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Because that's the whole thing. It's like when you give that amount of information at easy access, right? It's our sinful nature, man. And there you go. 600 looking up his ex-wife, stalking her, right? It's already easy enough to it's already a chore not to get stalkers on Facebook and on social media. But here you do gotta
and he's literally the
real
sheriff.
time.
He's
Real
the sheriff.
time.
Who do you
Yeah.
call? Who do you go to?
Who you call?
That poor lady. Like, call the police.
He run the show.
That's insane. Like, that's terrifying.
Well, maybe it did do something good. Maybe it showed the foolish. Maybe it showed the issues within the police department.
I just wonder if they'll care.
They said
I'm glad he got fired, but this just needs to all just come down. I hope and pray that they hear the people's voices who are, tearing down these readers because they don't want them. We don't want them. We didn't vote for them, and they're violating our constitutional rights, and it's just not okay. And honestly, I hope that there's a class action lawsuit or something that goes forth over all the people who were scanned against their will with no vote on it because it was a private company that sold it to these agencies. It's not okay. It's not okay for private companies to violate our constitutional rights either.
Crazy. So this link here, this article here is by the ACLU. So it's kind of it's highlighting this plate readers. And so the flock cameras. So they are called automatic license plate readers. ALPR companies like Flock Safety are quietly trying to build a nationwide mass surveillance system. If there are flock cameras in your city, they are tracking, logging, and sharing your movements without a warrant. But we're not powerless. More and more communities are rejecting these creepy cameras, and yours can be one of them. So flock cameras aren't like normal traffic cameras. That this surveillance technology records and tracks every car that comes into view, and then an AI algorithm catalogs and make model, color, license plate numbers, bumper stickers, and even scratches. This personal information is then uploaded into a nationwide database that any law enforcement agency with a flock contract can search. Key regulations or oversight is how they on how they use what they find. Okay, so they also highlighted a couple of more of what these systems are called. So just in case if this is in your area, it may not be called flock safety. Here's some of the other names of them. So flock provides one of the most widely used ALPR systems, but they aren't the only company trying to make a buck by spying on us. Axion, Vigilant Solutions, a subsidiary of Motorola Solutions. Motorola, your walkie-talkies. Genetech, PlateSmart, Innova Systems, Recor, LSAG, Perceptics. Man, they sound like they're trying to get you right there. Perceptics. Man, get out of here, Perceptics. And Genoptic. That sounds crazy too. It's like they're trying to get you. Are a few of the other leading companies selling LPRs to police, private companies, and others. Man, they're telling you, they're trying to watch us and they're trying to bring us into the nanny state.
Yeah.
And here's what can you do? I don't advocate chopping stuff down. I don't advocate that, but I think we should go about it the way that we're supposed to. Reach out to your congressman. Reach out to your state representatives. Let them know that you do not want flock cameras.
Flood them.
Yeah. Email them, call them.
Call them every day. Annoy the heck out of them. Make them unplug their phones because they're so mad.
Let them know that we the people, you do not want flock cameras.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how we go about doing this now.
And not just flock, all of these.
All of them.
We don't want
any kind of
this-
ALPR system.
Yes.
Because I mean, that same thing that happened. Remember the red light cameras?
Mhm.
We was able to get red light cameras shut down in a lot of places.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, so how do we maturely, like grown ups, do this? We write our congressman, we write our state representative. We let them know that we don't want these things.
Yeah. And we want our voices to be heard.
Yeah. And if they don't listen to your voice, get them out. Vote for another one. Right. We gotta begin to really be a part of what's going on in our system. They want to make sure that you don't. Right. They want to be able to sneak in and pass this stuff around. I mean, why was this stuff not voted for? I mean, especially if the police department is getting ready to drop, $30 million on the system. You know, so you mean tell me that as a public, I mean, we don't get any kind of say in that, especially if it's going to be dealing with something with public. I mean, it's almost one thing if it's an upgrade to a police vehicle, but this is a camera going on public highways to investigate the investigator.
Honestly,
why wasn't that not put on a ballot?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, honestly, even the upgrade to the police vehicles. This is something that I recently saw was implemented in Texas, that they have the ability to basically hack into your phone in your car. And there's all kinds of laws also going on right now that are like no touch laws.
Yeah.
So like if you're caught touching your phone, even at a red light, the officer can pull you over and give you a ticket ranging from like $50 to like $400.
We gotta find out what.
And they just can say they saw you, and that's enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of that. We gotta look that one up because
Yeah.
that's crazy. I mean, once again.
So this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, how you go beam into my car? I mean, you're already auto checking if I'm speeding, right? You know they ain't even using the little speed guns no more. You know that they can read your car while you rolling. You know, while they rolling too. It's crazy. But you go beam into my car and determine if I'm picking up my phone or not. Like, come on, man. Like this. What is this? This is not China. This is not a socialist community. This is not a socialist country.
Honestly, what they're trying to do almost seems worse.
I mean, but it's the same. Like it seems. See, I wasn't old enough for this. I mean, I wasn't old enough for this. But it's almost just like seatbelts, because remember when they start requiring seatbelts, man, people was upset. You know.
But this is not the same.
It's not the same as far as the same level, but it was just that was so radical then. Like, how you gonna tell me what I'm doing in my car? You know,
I thought this is next level out of control.
And this is absolutely crazy.
And it's just like, people aren't robots.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they want us to be, but then you see them, they're out of control of their own emotions, because how does this man abuse his system to stalk his eggs 600 times?
600 times.
Like, he was obsessed.
600
So it just
times.
goes to show he's a human being who didn't even have control of his own self. But at the same time, they expect other human beings to just be absolutely perfect robots. Yeah. And if you cross the line of rules rules for thee, not for me, you cross their line, then you are going under the jail. Mind you, how many times are we hearing they don't have enough jails?
Right.
How many times are we hearing about them being too bombarded to take calls when people are in life and death situations? They have to wait like a long time for the police to even show up. So it's just like, how are you all of a sudden now able to mass police every single person on the road, just scanning their car, beaming into their phones, like all of this stuff?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you have the resources?
Crazy.
So none of it makes any sense.
Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't at all.
Anyways, that just upsets me.
Crazy. Okay. All right. I don't say otherwise.
I'm like, what is he
That's
doing?
gonna suck. I just doing a quick check, make sure the live working because I can't tell my little system here. All right, we're 30 minutes in, man. Okay, all right. So
we didn't put our whole heart.
We'll put a whole heart into this one. All right. Okay, so let's get to the topic. Let's get to the next topic here. So, there's been a lot going on with Kathryn Krick in the news. What? Yeah, it got like national spotlight, man. People was like, is she in a, I think Allie Beth Stuckey was like, is she an actor or actress, right? All these things, and so, there's been a lot of coming after Kathryn. She had a book signing that was going on, and then you had some people that was getting slain in the spirit, and so it got national recognition, and people are like, man, is she got people under a spell? Is it real? Is she a real apostle? Is she a fake prophet? And so she apparently it got. I mean, this got so bad. She actually went on with Bishop Allen Ditto to have a full conversation about everything, and I like that, because the hard thing about the internet is that they take clips and they clip it, and you trying to, it's kind of hard to get the full perspective to make a decent judgment as to what's going on, right? And so I'm gonna play the clip where this really got national attention, and then we'll go from there. So this is the clip that got national attention right here.
We can place in your life so powerfully.
I ministered in Texas more than any state in America. I think by far.
So again, this is a clip. This is a compilation that's on her channel from this event for a book signing.
It's kind of weird that this is controversial, because it's kind of something we see all the time in ministry.
Hey, look, man.
So it's not that controversial to us. But I mean, I guess like was the first lady, because it looked like she was having a seizure. Like, was she getting deliverance?
I mean,
what was the?
Well, we go.
Because sometimes with deliverance, like if you don't know anything about deliverance ministry, when demons come out, somebody might shake, they might throw up, they might scream. Like all kinds of things happen. So I mean, for me, it's not weird to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the arguments. I haven't heard. I haven't heard much about this, so I don't even know what the arguments are.
This got the internet all riled up, y'all. The internet's riled up. So we'll finish out the rest of it.
By far, because of the hunger.
Fire comes everything from the past to be gone. All we receive this speech. Your mind be totally healed now. Amen.
So people, you got a lot of other deliverance ministers saying, there's Kundalini spirit going on, false Holy Spirit stuff happening.
I think you need to be really
cultish
careful
going on
when you go to throw names like that at somebody. I mean, like, these are clips. Well, we don't actually know what's going on. It looks like she is praying for people. I can see if like somebody just walked up and they just started having a seizure or something crazy. But it looks like she is praying for the person. And I mean, we've seen this before with deliverance ministry. If you go praying for people and calling out demons, or the Lord wants to deliver a person, things happen. And she just just happened to get it on camera. I don't know if she personally shared this.
This
it looks like it's being recorded from her end, right?
This is her channel.
So yeah, it looks like it's being recorded from her end.
So it's a compilation
her
of the
people
day.
recorded this.
Yeah.
She thought it was perfectly normal because she sees Deliverance all the time too. If you don't know anything about Deliverance, maybe you're Baptist or something like that, and they don't really believe in the power of God, healing, deliverance, that kind of thing, then maybe it might be like, oh no, they're not supposed to be doing that. But if she's praying for a person and they fall out and they get delivered from demons, like who are you to call this woman a kundalini spirit or whatever?
Yeah. That there's some kundalini spirit stuff going on.
And if she is a false prophet, and if that is true, I think we need to be careful with just throwing around names at people unless we saw real sin in her life. It's not sin to pray for a person. Their body's reaction to you praying is not sin. Like I said, when a demon comes out, sometimes people scream, sometimes people throw up, sometimes people burp or have different kind of reactions. So, but if you don't understand about deliverance, then I can see how you could be a little weirded out. Then just say that. Don't start calling her names. Just say you don't understand what's going on. That's totally different.
And what was happening too is that even from the deliverance the deliverance crew, deliverance the face of deliverance.
That do deliverance.
Yeah.
And they've never seen that. That's a lie.
No. Even they're saying, oh, she's operating in a spirit that's that don't seem right.
Okay, the crew that he's talking about, I will say they like drama. They like stirring up drama. They like being in the middle of drama. I think it gives them fame, or something. I don't know, but they got a spirit. I'm gonna be honest, like they got a spirit, and it's a common spirit, and it's stirring up drama and always beefing with somebody about something, So because if you have a deliverance ministry. You mean to tell me you ain't never seen that before?
Yeah.
I ain't even done that much deliverance. I'm just saying I done seen that before, and that ain't uncommon.
All right. Let's keep going. Now, so I mean, honestly, like I haven't seen nothing that's just not common. Now I have seen some things, and there's clips out there, from there's clips out there from her church, when people are, it's a birthday, a pastor celebration deal, and people are just seeing it just over
kind of worshiping her.
Worshiping her.
That is weird.
And so. She talks about this. She talks about all this in her interview with Bishop Dido.
I have no clue.
I'm gonna get it. Okay, let me see. I think I had another.
But
clip.
I will say the whole worshiping man is weird, bro. You just got to stop doing that. You got to recognize that the person who's prophesying or praying for you is not God. And even if you go through deliverance, it's not that person. It is God always delivering the person. The Bible calls it the children's bread. It's the children's bread to get deliverance. And it's perfectly normal and it's perfectly okay for Christians to get delivered from demons.
Yeah. And so like, so a lot of people question like her theology, right? And her doctrine. I think if you're looking at deliverance ministry and you're not accustomed to you haven't seen it before, you haven't witnessed the power of God like that, it could throw you for a loop. The challenge and the problems that I have is when you have the rest of the deliverance gurus. So now they're selling gurus, saying that well, hey, she's not delivering by the right spirit.
And it's just weird to me because I'm like, it could always be your turn next. Like somebody could come for you next, and the whole internet could be against you next. Yeah. So you should watch what you say.
Now granted, that there's some things that I don't agree with. So there's another, she has a spiritual father, this guy out of Tanzania or something. I have no idea. So I've been kind of, you know, so there's a clip out there, and I don't have that clip up here because it's putting a part of what I was gonna say.
Okay.
But she has a clip out there, and they're probably gonna get into it in this video. I'm gonna scroll through and see if I can find it. Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Okay, so she go talk. So let's just play it because I think they're gonna get into the conversation.
Yeah, just hit play.
So here we go. Let me go check this out, and then this is the first time Angel saw it. It's the first time I've seen this section of the video. So we're all in for a treat. Let's get some real reactions going on here.
And so one of the main concerns and attacks that have come against you has been in regard to your spiritual father and the covering that you're under. And there's one clip in particular that you can't spend your lifetime explaining. But I'm so thankful you came here to answer, because this is my first time approaching the issue. In fact, the entirety of this clip, we're going to watch in a minute. I haven't seen the entirety of it myself. I think it's 3 minutes, I think is what the entirety of the clip is. So we're going to kind of walk through this together, but you've addressed these concerns about your spiritual father in an hour-long video?
Yeah, at least. It might be a little longer, yeah.
So we're going to put the link for that in the description, but I'm going to have some questions too.
Okay.
Okay. And so, Evan, do we have that video? And Evan, by the way, how are you doing back there? You hanging in there?
Just to highlight here, so her spiritual father is a guy out of Tanzania, somewhere in Africa, right? And now there are some allegations out there about the spiritual father doing some unspiritual things, and so yeah, like now I'm gonna be real. I'm not here. The spiritual father thing is no. I just that just seems very weird, and I get that, because we do that. We still do that. We do that in America. So let me preference that too. We do that in America. We do. If you go, especially if you go around, and I don't want to say it, but I guess I'm gonna have to say it, but a lot of black churches do that. My spiritual mom, it's my spiritual dad, right?
This
we do
spiritual
that.
thing
We
has
do that.
kind of
Like,
been
it's
a new thing for me in
I've
the
heard
last
it,
couple of years.
for a long time.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I've never called anybody my spiritual mom or spiritual dad. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you get around certain charismatic circles, they say that, like,
I guess I'm kind of new to the charismatic world too.
Well, I mean, I want to say,
know.
I mean, even I remember, I think even
it's
in
probably been
the
about
Baptist church,
5 or 6 years, maybe.
yeah. But I think even in the Baptist church, I remember hearing it. Oh, just the church mom, or something like that.
I
right?
mean, I guess I have heard that.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's out there. But let's watch it.
Doing great over here. Yeah, we're having a good time. I love this conversation, and I think you guys talking about the spirit of mammon and what's going on is super important.
It would be interesting as we go through this to get, because we haven't discussed this at all.
No.
To get you, I mean, I might ask you, what do you think about this, Evan, as we look at this clip?
The homeschooler in the room.
Yeah. God help us. But let's take a look at this, because the parts I have seen are concerning. But let's walk through it, and then I'll let you answer this. Okay, here we go.
Baba, we want to be used to reach all of the people of Los Angeles, to bring them to you.
Baba, tunataka kutumika kwa ajili ya kuwagusa watu wote wa Los Angeles, tuwalete kwako.
There's so many people hurting in LA. There's so many people hurting and across America. And we want God to use us to reach them and to bring them to you, so that they may be healed and delivered and be directed into God's will for their life, and so that they may receive what we have received.
Kuna watu wengi ndani ya Los Angeles na Marekani nzima wanaumia, wanaugua. Tunataka tuwachukue wale watu wote, tuwalete kwako ili waweze kufunguliwa na kuwekwa huru.
We don't want to.
Yeah. So this is her spiritual father.
I thought he
right
was
here.
translating what she was saying in English to the language that he's speaking. She's talking to him.
She's talking to him. Yeah, that's her spiritual father.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, a guy named Bishop Jiro Davi. Jiro Davi. Jiro Davi.
That's weird. Okay, go ahead. That's weird, bro. No.
Yeah, and I'm man, there's a lot of questionable stuff about this guy. So anyway, a lot of questionable stuff.
What's questionable?
You gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know if they're gonna see it here, but there's some questionable stuff about this. So
okay, it's already coming off
real
weird.
It's looking a little suspicious right now.
I mean, she in that red dress. I don't know, man.
what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, man. You know, I'm not
Listen,
trying.
I can't defend everything, Kathryn.
You got 4 girls.
Right? Yeah, I noticed that. It's somebody behind her in blue too.
It's 1, 2, 3.
That's 5. That's 5 girls. Cause somebody behind her in blue. You see that blue?
Yeah, I see the blue. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. It's a little sketchy.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Here we go.
Keep this to ourselves.
Hatutaki kuiacha iwe ya kwetu peke yetu.
We want to share this with the world.
Tunataka kushare jambo hili na ulimwengu mzima.
And all of this joy that you see in all of us and this transformation,
na hii furaha unayoiona ambayo sisi tunaiona pia katikati yetu na haya mabadiliko,
it is only because of you, Baba.
Ni kwa sababu yako Baba.
We would be nothing without you.
Tungekuwa si kitu pasipo wewe.
We know and recognize that you hold the keys for America and only you.
Tunajua na tunatambua kwamba wewe umeshika funguo kwa ajili ya Marekani na ni wewe pekee.
What are you doing? Sit down. Go sit down somewhere.
So now because I watched it earlier, there's some history to this coming up, leading up to this point. She said this was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So this is prior to her going viral. All those
her
things,
fame
right?
and all of that.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
this is weird.
Pre-fame.
This is some kind of initiation. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Yo, man, this
like she's talking to him
as
if he is God or something. This is weird. Yeah. It's weirding me out.
It's strange, man. So I really want to hear what she's gonna say about it. I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna say about it. I haven't seen this portion of the video.
I want to see what she got to say.
Here we go. It's getting a little funny, man.
No, ma'am.
Yako umeshika funguo.
We want, as John the Baptist declared, there's someone greater than me coming.
Tunataka kama ambavyo Yohana Mbatizaji alisema kuna aliye mkuu kuliko mimi anakuja.
We want to be used in that apostolic way. We want God to have people's eyes be open to the words we're speaking.
Na tunataka macho ya watu yaweze kufunguka katika maneno ambayo unayasema.
That they may hear and come to this conference and to this ministry and receive you. Receive the real Jesus and receive from the real Jesus through you.
Glory to God.
We give ourselves, we lay down ourselves, we surrender and submit to you.
Tunajitoa na tunanyenyekeza na kukaa chini yako kwa unyenyekevu.
So I mean, I got a video. I got a video where I'm kind of breaking down some things, like I said in that video, there's some stuff that I do not agree with her on, right? Like the Deliverance stuff, boom. This is weird.
That's some weird occultic looking stuff right there, bruh. I can't.
Cause the thing about Africa, from what I've heard, I haven't been there personally, so you might crucify me for saying, the internet out there. You've never been there. I haven't been there. But we've definitely seen a lot.
I mean, we know a few people who've agreed, who've said similar things,
right.
who have been there.
Yeah, that is true.
So
there's a lot of witchcraft. There's a lot of witchcraft in Africa, man, and like it's rooted in their culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. This is strange.
And I mean,
this is very anti what is being described in what a servant looks like in the New Testament. And I don't care what kind of revelation you got. The revelation that Jesus gave them in the New Testament is the greatest amongst you is going to be a servant.
Well, and also the thing is that the person that I know who have been there, she said that she was going around ministering at these different churches, and they had to call some things off because of their church doing witchcraft stuff. She said it's so prevalent in Africa, the level of witchcraft that is prevalent just throughout the culture. Yeah. That it's even seeped into the church in many ways. And so there was something that came up on the flyer or in a newsletter or something that she saw. And to the point where they had to call them and be like, hey, you either need to remove this or we can't come, kind of thing. And so I don't know what this is, but I can say people we know that has done ministry in Africa have said that there's some witchcraft even penetrates into the church because of the culture. And I mean, America's not immune because literally you can't watch a TV show without there being some kind of spell or spirit being in some kind of weird stuff going on. So, but that's not neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
This is weird. No.
Let's keep going, man. Let's see what happens.
That God would use us
ili Mungu atutumie
to serve you
kukutumikia
and to help fulfill your vision.
na kuweza kukusaidia kukamilisha maono yako.
We plant this seed at your feet, Daddy, for God to have our way with us to serve you.
Tunapanda mbegu hii miguuni pako Baba, ya kwamba Mungu atuwezeshe kukutumikia.
We want the world to know you.
Tunataka ulimwengu ukujue wewe.
We want you to be famous.
Tunataka ufahamike.
So that the real Jesus, who is full of love and power, may be known.
Aweze kujulikana.
They will not know the real Jesus unless they know you.
Watu hawezi kumjua Yesu halisi kama hawajakujua wewe.
For the world to see him and to know him.
Ameamua kukutumia wewe ili ulimwengu umjue.
Asante sana, Baba. We love you so much. Asante sana for being our Father.
Thank you very much.
We love
Thank you very much.
Asante sana kwa kuwa baba yetu.
Thank you for letting us watch that clip.
I wanted to see what they was going to do with his feet because they turned that off. I'm going to need them to finish it because I wanted to see what they was going to do. That's weird. No, ma'am. I mean, she lost me now officially. I don't even know.
That's weird, man.
I don't even know how she can explain this away.
Yeah. So we gonna let her. We gonna let her explain.
Let her talk.
Because hey, it's coming from the horse's mouth.
Because I'm hot right now.
Just struck a chord, y'all. Just struck a chord. Man, here we go. Let's see what's up. Oh my goodness, man. That's wild.
And it's because I want to give as much context as possible because again everything is chopped up so much.
It does seem like that was edited to by someone. I don't know where in the
there was a couple chops in there as well. But and this is coming from someone. I'm the guy in the room who's trying to figure out how everything can be biblical. Like I'm trying to figure out how to bring the body of Christ together and
you know, and I'm kind of like that too. Like I'm in a sense, in a way. I keep an open mind within a biblical frame, like, and so I'm wrestling with this one. I don't know, man, because so Acts 17:11 says the Bereans that they were more noble than others that they received the word with all readiness of spirit, but they searched the scriptures daily to see if it's true. And I think the hardest part of that is receiving the word with all readiness, which is being open. But then after that, okay, I hear what you're saying, and then search the scriptures daily to see if it's true, right? And so, if somebody got some kind of super duper revelation, I'll listen, and then we'll see if it's actually in the word, in this context. So, here we go. Let's see what she said.
Say, okay, they said this, but they probably, if I'm being the angel's advocate, this is what they probably meant. There are some concerning statements in there, but it's a lifetime ago. So I wanted to, and again, you did an hour-long teaching. The link is in the description where you address all these things. But when people watch this and they see you say, if they receive you, they receive the real Jesus. You are everything to me. I want the world to know you, and they will know the real Jesus. They will not know the real Jesus unless they know you. When people ask about this does seem, it is concerning, right? Looking at it now, if you heard someone saying those words about anybody else, would be like, maybe we need to dial that back a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. So the best way I can summarize what I shared back then is the verse that says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child. But when I grew up, I put those things behind me.
This is like 8 years ago. So it's a
8
lifetime
years ago. Yeah. And that was a year.
That does add a little bit more context. It was 8 years ago. That's a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time, but it just seems some kind of initiation ritual. And then for her to grow in fame right after that, it's just...
Well, it was actually, she broke it down. I mean, it took about another 2-3 years before she took off. She didn't take off till like 2021.
I'm a little taken back, so I'm gonna need a minute. I gotta
let's hear what she say real quick.
I was defending her at first, now I take all of it back. I don't know.
Don't take it back just yet.
Taking it back.
Let's find out. We gotta see what she gonna say.
We're done.
drop Kathryn. She dropping Kathryn. She dropping Kathryn. Kathryn out of there.
What in the world?
Kathryn out of there. Oh man, here we go. Let's see. That is funny.
And a half, was it 2 years? A year and a half after first receiving the prophecy, I was a baby. I was a baby. And so I didn't have revelation yet of like the importance of communicating well. So basically I said things that were from my heart, but the way I said it was not good. You know, I mean, he knew what I meant and I was saying it directly to him, and I believe his congregation knew what I meant. I'm not saying that. I wish I could go back and say it in a different way, also for his congregation too, of course, but I think he knew what I meant. So basically, like, all of that was from my heart, I felt so much gratitude to him for being obedient to God, because I went from being a Christian my entire life.
Your whole life was changed.
During high school, I was lukewarm. I put one foot in the world, and I never encountered God's power until him. And basically, this is how I can relate. Now, a lot.
And so to add some context, earlier in the interview, she talked about her whole walk in it. So basically, what happened? So she met the apostle Gio Davi. She met him when she went to like a revival, and he was the person who was preaching at the revival and gave her a prophetic word. So that was the initial, and up until this point, she grew up Presbyterian, and none of this happens in Presbyterian churches. And so she's in college going through, and then she ends up going to a revival, and this was God preaching at the revival, and so it kind of went from there.
Okay, so she really was a babe.
Yeah, she was a babe. She was a babe in Christ for sure. At that point, and then he ended up planting a church for him in California, and then later that turned to 5F Church.
Yeah, and the reason I call her a babe in Christ is because as kids who grew up in church, and this is not me defending her because I still want to hear what she has to say. That really freaked me out. That's weird. But her being a babe in Christ, even though she was raised in church her whole life, kind of sounds like, but she was part in the world, part in church,
typical,
Yeah. I don't want to
Not
say
ty-
it's
not
typical
typical.
because
Yeah,
it's not
I got you.
acceptable,
Yeah,
and I just really don't like
Yeah.
watering down
No, that's
Christian
good.
behavior when there's a standard. But I can see her being a babe in Christ because honestly, this is what we tell our children. You're gonna go to church because we're raising you in church. We're raising you to know the word of God. We're raising you to live according to his word. And so we're doing our part, as the scriptures tell us to do, train up your child in the way they should go so that when they grow up, they won't depart from it. But at some point in your life, you have to make a choice to own your own faith in your own walk with the Lord. And so that's why I say she's probably a babe in Christ until, whatever she's up until whatever point.
Yeah, and that she made that point kind of earlier in this interview.
A lot of people, they've never encountered his ministry, so maybe it's hard to understand. And a lot of people, they've never really encountered God's power like I and you and others have. So it might be hard to explain, hard to understand. But it's like, imagine if like Elijah was walking today on the earth, or Moses, or Samuel, or Apostle Paul, or Peter. Imagine if you've never encountered God's power before, you didn't even know about the prophetic ministry and everything. You never see people be healed or delivered or anything like that. And you never really heard Jesus and encountered him closely in your life ever before. But you're like a Pharisee, like you believe in God, you love God. And then imagine you meet one of those servants of God for the first time. It would be quite life-changing, number one. Number two, there would be so much passion and zeal for the world to know this servant of God, because that's how it was for me. My life was totally changed, not like 10% changed. I was a Christian my entire life. And when I encountered Jesus through him as a vessel, this is where I was able to surrender fully to God. I had made the choice to surrender after being baptized with the Holy Spirit, but that was like a preparation. But I was able to lay down my dreams, my desires. This happened as God's power moved through a vessel, touched me, transformed me. Everything changed. I was now able to have a relationship with God, true intimacy, no more religion. I was also able to walk in God's will and be confident for the first time in my life that I'm in God's will and that I could please God's heart rather than being stuck in condemnation, not knowing if I'm really in God's will and all of that. I have so much peace. I'm in God's will. I know I'm in God's will, and I'm having this covering over me, this mentor, this spiritual father who God is speaking through to help me, to encourage me, to edify me, to teach me these spiritual things I never knew before, that opened up my eyes to the.
So, what do you think about it?
I can simmer down to a level of understanding, knowing that, and trying to relate to her a little bit, knowing that I am not the same person I was when I first became zealous for the Lord.
Yeah.
And passionate when I first, started my journey with the Lord. So I can give her that.
Yeah.
If I had saw, I don't know, I can have a little bit compassion if and it sounds like she's saying she don't agree with what she said back then either, because she feel like she didn't say
She
things.
grew up.
Yeah.
She grew up some. Yeah.
So I can give her that she's not the same person as she was before. I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. So
I get that. I guess one of the issues that I have with okay, she being a new believer and coming to this spiritual father who's mentoring her or whatever. Yeah, if he's further along the line and have some more maturity here, why is it that he receives this amount of praise?
that's true. He should have stopped it right then.
You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, because if we're gonna align this to Elijah, Peter, Paul, we got examples of it. When Peter was in the marketplace, and him and Silas, were ministering and casting out demons and healing people, they thought they were gods. And then they began to try to worship them, and Peter immediately shut it down. Shut it down. Paul, same thing, immediately shuts it down. Right. So if you are the mentoring the mentee, then we need to then we should level this thing out some. So if I have a mentee who's just trying to worship me, no, we ain't. There's one thing to give honor where honor is due, but this is on the edge of worship. You know what I'm saying? Like this
really truly
this
some
is worship
type stuff. Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of bandwidth for that.
I ain't got no bandwidth.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got no bandwidth for that,
and
man.
I just cringe on the inside. I do feel a little diffused now that she's saying, she was a babe in Christ at the time, and she wouldn't have said those words the same way that she did. But I 100% agree with you that if he was a mature Christian in the room, he should have handled it biblically.
Now, and I'll tell you, and the reason that he can't, and again, I wasn't going there, so I don't have all the clips that I probably would show, but this brother, he loves some worship. He loves some worship.
He loves being worshipped.
He loves being worshipped. You should see it. I mean, you got that brother. He have crowns on.
Oh.
The people flocking, laying at his feet, doing all kind of things.
Okay, then that's.
It makes sense.
And he's still her spiritual father?
Yes.
That's odd.
Now, and that's why I'm gonna have a disagreement with her big time, because she mentioned earlier in this interview that he's still her spiritual father. So now you're mature. Now you're not a babe in Christ no more, and you're still being mentored by this guy who has some allegations out there from one of the girls that was there with her on the stage.
Oh, okay. So the allegations that they were sleeping around, or
no, so allegations that he abused one of the girls that was there.
Oh, like SH?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there might be a part 2 to this, y'all. So now we got problems, right? We got problems now. You know what I'm saying? And so here we are at this fame, and we have this fame of cover-ups. Out here comes the cover, and maybe this might be the catalyst as to this past couple of weeks, month. This might be the catalyst to what was going on. Maybe there was a time to repent and a time to make some changes and adjustments, and now it's blowing up. Now it's about to blow up because this is the most recent of all of this. That these allegations are coming out, and then if you notice, again, there's more clips out there, and then, like I said, we have to do a part 2 to this, for sure. But this guy, I mean, he shows surrounded by a whole bunch of spiritual daughters.
Beautiful too.
He got a lot of spiritual daughters. I mean, where the sons at?
Yeah.
Where the spiritual sons at, man? Yeah, where the spiritual sons at? You know, and like, okay, now come on, man. You know, that's weird.
That's weird.
Ain't right.
Now as you said that, I'm back to square one.
You know, that right. You know, like, and I think that this is where we get into worship at this point because now you mature. Again, I can objectively look at stuff, man. Like okay, the deliverance part. I don't know everybody tripping on that, but now I'm questioning Kathryn, and I'm questioning Kathryn's leadership stuff going on here. Like, how are you sticking around this guy who there's some allegations of SA with someone that was there with you?
Yeah.
It was 4 or 5 of y'all, and one of the 5 of y'all. I mean, you saying, "Hey, something went down."
I wonder, is he going to ask her that question?
I don't know. I didn't get there in the interview. Probably not, because this ain't that. He don't sound like he pressing on this, but I mean, I want to hear her finish her thought out a little bit, but he ain't pressing some of that portion. What it seems like. He addressed
which is some good
obvious
questions. That's odd that he didn't.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm like, man, that's you know, like now we got problems because and I think this is a part of the problem with overall Christendom that's happening. That's been lately over the last 2-3 years now, that a lot of these big ministries are getting exposed because God gave them. It seems like God gave them time to fix some stuff. If they didn't fix it, now it's getting blown. Now judgment seems to be coming. You know, and some people are disagree with people. I know people are gonna disagree with that because okay, God's grace and favor and all this stuff. Yeah, but when you make decisions and you don't reconcile them, well, I mean, what you sowing is what you reaping. It's still a spiritual law, whether we live under grace or not. You know, you do something stupid. Well, I mean, there's grace. I mean, from salvation standpoint, but you still might have to deal with the consequences. You know, it has nothing to do with with grace, mercy, and all those. Yeah, we have grace and mercy on the salvation standpoint. You know, fully being justified. Let me say salvific is what the Didio said. I kind of like that, but just on a justification, you're still justified, but you're still gonna have to deal with the consequences on the earthly standpoint. You know, from your heavenly passport, you're all right, but on your earthly passport, you got some problems that need to be resolved. You know, so let's see. We might give it a couple of more seconds. See what else she's saying.
The goodness of God, the love of God, the love that he has for his people. When I went to see him minister for the first time, Prophet Joy Davy, or not the first time, but the first time I saw him minister deliverance, it was a deliverance service. And it was one of the most holy moments, life-changing moments I ever had in my life, because it was the first time I've seen demons leave people quickly. I had only seen like what I thought was deliverance, like one time. I don't even know because I'm not sure of that servant of God back then. But anyways, this is the first time I'm seeing a true.
Hold on, man. You ain't sure that servant of God, but you sure about this servant of God? Now, I'll be honest, man. You find that a lot with cults. They start making you question your whole background, question your parents, question the people around you, question if I mean, you see that. I don't know if it's a real servant of God. But come on. What determines a real servant of God? You see what I'm saying? Like, man.
Because at the end of the day, honestly, any Christian could tell a demon to come out in Jesus' name, because it's not the person, it's their faith, and it's the name of Jesus.
And it's the Holy Spirit inside of you.
Yeah.
Right? It's the Holy Spirit inside of you that's doing all the work.
Mm-hmm. But it's the Lord who does deliverance.
Yeah.
You're just a vessel. So it's just like,
you see what I'm saying?
That's weird. You're just a person. You're a human.
You know what I'm saying?
Who came in agreement with the Lord and His Word, and He's willing to use you because He's always willing to use us. You know, so that's just weird. It's weird.
Sketchy, man. It's a little sketchy.
True servant of God, true prophet, walking in deliverance, and not just that, demons are going quickly. Not just that. Mass deliverance. So many people are being freed. And there I saw demons speak out of people for the first time and speaking their evil plans to kill, steal, and destroy a person's life, how they're trying to kill them. Demons were speaking out of a person. And I saw the authority and love of Jesus through Prophet Joe Davy walk in this stern authority and boldness, and just I've never seen the love of Jesus, that like fierce love of Jesus through a person before, in general before. I've never seen that. And he commanded demons to go, and demons just left people quickly, powerfully, boom, 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 person after person. After witnessing that, my eyes opened up to the love of God like never before. Like, wow.
And I get that. I get that, because when you do experience stuff like that for the first time, yeah, it's life changing. It is life changing. I remember when I first saw someone cast out a demon. Right, I was in college, and my buddy Ronnie, we had the college crew over, the college. We had a campus ministry, so everyone's over at our place, and we have worship music going. We having fun, and then one of the folks started manifesting, and I was like, I never seen that, right? And then my buddy Ronnie started casting out demons, and we counted. It was like 11 demons, and I was like, wow. Yo, this is wild. And that was the first time I seen it. It was life changing. I was like, wow, man, I've never seen that in my life. I'm a Baptist kid. Never seen nobody have demons cast out. I'm talking about like straight up talk, say a name, gone, right? And it changed my life. But I mean, I ain't up here worshiping Ronnie either. I did think Ronnie was super deep and all those things, you know. Yeah. But I was just like, man, you know. So I get it. I get that experience. You know, I understand the experience. I understand the experience, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So this got to be a part 2, y'all. This got to be a part 2, because I want to finish out the rest of this, but I also want to this spiritual father stuff, man. I want to unpack that, and I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff going on with the spiritual father thing. And I think my issue and my challenge with Kathryn is that, so then how is he still your,
how are you still yoked with him?
How you still yoked to him? Mm-hmm. You know, because in a sense you're still worshiping him. Yeah. If you've matured over these years, you rocking and rolling with God now. And you see some questionable stuff. When do you say, okay, hey man, we gotta part ways. We can't do this no more. You know, are you more loyal to the man than you are to God? And Jesus has asked that question. Do you fear man or do you fear God?
I don't know. Maybe she just got better at still yoked up with him. She's saying
Still
one
yoked up with
thing,
him.
but
She said that earlier. She's still yoked up with him.
she's saying one thing, but actions say another.
Yeah, 100%.
So maybe she's just good at finessing a room better.
Man, I don't know. So we're gonna make a part 2 to this because there's some more research that we want to do. And we're gonna unpack this some more. So and if you haven't been around, Deliverance, you haven't been around this part of charismatic ministry, as we would say, but it really is not. It's really not. This Deliverance and cast out demons. This is available to every single Christian. Every single Christian should do it. It's an authority that's been given to you from heaven, for God to operate through you to change someone's life. It's available, right? And it should be normal and common. It shouldn't even be a new thing, right? Where was I going? But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But what was I saying?
You were talking about deliverance being for Christians to do.
Yeah, it's for us to do. It shouldn't be just this new thing. Yeah. But we also shouldn't worship the person doing this. And so we shouldn't worship the vessel. And we see mountains of examples of that in Scripture, of where the vessel rejected the worship. Like Paul saying, "I'm glad I didn't baptize y'all because they were trying to worship me."
Exactly.
Right? Come on. So I got problems with that. Anyways, hopefully this episode has been a blessing to you. We're gonna come back with a part 2 on this, and that's it.
Thanks for joining us in this fun conversation. I really hope you guys take this time to email, call, write your local state representative about your Fourth Amendment rights and your no desire to be surveillance to this degree. I think it's time to draw a line in the sand and speak up about that kind of thing. Also, pray for Kathryn Krick. Pray for her eyes to be open. Pray for her to be delivered from whatever this is, because it's weird. More than tearing a person down, we should be praying for them. So, we're going to pray for her, and hopefully she gets delivered.
Right?
The irony, but still.
From the amount of witchcraft going on here. This seemed like a lot of witchcraft.
Yeah. And she could very much be under his spell. I don't know. I don't know anything about the man. So I think there's a level of compassion, though, for the human.
Yeah, for sure. Well, have a blessed night, and we will see you on